sir, as to whether the government is considering an ex gratia payment for the family members of the bereaved?
Deputy Speaker, sir, regarding with the question honorable member asked, actually with the ex gratia, that is depend on Chief Minister Fund, Chief Minister Fund, if it is whether it is applicable or not for ex gratia fund. But from as per guidelines of SDRF, since this debt is not natural calamity, so that's why SDRF guidelines is not permissible for this
Ex gratia payment.
from SDRF funds.
So then, sir, I know from the Honorable Chief Minister, since he is aware of the incident and had also verbally assured assistance to the families, because these families, one family has got 5 children, very small children, another family has got 2 children, and one is still a young man. So may I ask from the Honorable Chief Minister if he is considering some kind of compensation through ex gratia to the families?
Sir, of course the event and the incident that took place was a very, very sad incident. But sir, for the benefit of the House, I must mention this, that there are accidents that take place in different locations. In fact, recently there was another accident that took place in Mausangram, and the MLA of Mausangram had called me immediately and asked me about this entire aspect. And therefore, sir, there are certain guidelines which have been laid down, and therefore it is a matter which needs to be examined by the government, because if a process starts in this line, then then the government will have to come up with guidelines where we'll have to give every accident such kind of ex gratia, and that would be something that would really may not be possible in the long run to do that. So therefore, we're examining the matter, sir, and I will inform the honorable member regarding that.
So the accidents that happen due to vehicular incidents are covered under the Motor Vehicle Act. Then we are talking of incidents of laborers that have not been covered under any kind of formal system. The incident has occurred because these laborers were engaged in digging a ring well. Now, sir, digging of ring wells across the state has not been monitored and regulated by the government. That's why we have seen such kind of incidents happening. Now, across Garo Hills, we know ring wells are being dug because of the requirement of the people. In Khasi Hills also, because of the sudden need of more resources for our supplies of water, we therefore seeing this kind of activity going on in full throttle. So that's what the government consider of putting in a system of regulation as well for the ring wells, so that in kind of such incidents where people meet with such fateful days and they leave the families with no bread earners. So can the government look into such kind of a policy and regulations?
Sir, of course, this is a question that was marked to the Revenue Department. So therefore, I am not fully prepared with all the information. This has come suddenly to me. But sir, I can inform the House and Alderman member that the government does take labor cess, and based on that labor cess, a pool has been created. And under the Civil Constructions Workers Act, the exact name I may be excused, it might be a bit thing, Civil Constructions Workers Act, if the particular laborer is registered, then there are facilities to provide, as the fund is available for that. So therefore, if the particular laborer is registered, then they do get help, from that particular pool that is there, sir.
So then it has come at a very opportune time, sir. The government has laid the amendment to the bill for the Mahila Construction Workers and Building Workers Construction Act. So would the government consider inserting the workers that work for ring wells also as part of the workers that fall under the such kind of cess.
So we'll examine the matter, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, reply to the question number 77B, 1 and 2 and 3. Sir, the unrepresented tribes. Sir, the unrepresented tribes will have to be taken from the Presidential Order of 1950. Because, sir, this needs to be corrected. It is not under the 6th schedule. We were informed that it is under the 6th schedule, but then by the Honorable Minister, he informed us it is under the 6th schedule. It is not under the 6th schedule, sir. It comes under the Presidential Order of 1950. Now, sir, we need to move a resolution in order to amend the Presidential Order of 1950, because that still applies to us now in the then undivided Assam, sir, and now in the divided Northeast. So we have more than 50 to 60 tribes listed in the Presidential Order. So if the amendment to the 6th schedule comes and this clause is applied, unrepresented tribes is applied, then, sir, we have to select from more than 50 to 60 tribes that are across the Northeast to be part, who can be member to our district council, sir. So I request the government, sir, to kindly consider this matter and immediately move for a resolution to amend the Presidential Order of 1950, sir.
So, we can take this up in the discussions with the opposition members, sir, whenever we meet, that is tomorrow at a convenient time, sir.
Just willing now.
Sir, I also rise to participate in this short duration discussion as brought by the Honourable Member from Nongpang, Sri S.K. Sun, under the news item appearing in the Shillong Times dated 12th May with the caption NEIGRIHMS Tussle Claims Woman. So we have a situation where an internal tussle inside a premier central government health institution has taken the life of a valuable citizen of the state. It is a very embarrassing and very sad situation, sir, to lose the life of a valuable citizen over administrative tussle in a health institution. It has never been heard of. It has never been seen that such kind of irresponsible situations arise and that lead to the deaths of people who go there for getting medical care. So, this also highlights the fact that there are no laws or regulations that can prevail over the doctors to perform the responsibility towards the citizens. It seems that they feel that they are masters of their own trade and nobody can touch them. Even if you have lost a life, nobody will question their authority or their responsibility. So, can we allow this to happen? Can we allow this to happen if it is the irresponsibility of the doctors that we have lost a precious life? Should not any action be taken against them? That is a question, sir. So, I've also had an incident last year when a patient from my constituency had gone to NEIGRIHMS, and since they needed blood, so we have these blood donors card that has been issued by the Pasteur Institute. The State Blood Transfusion Council has had a meeting with all the premier health institutions in the state, and they have devised this card which can be utilized in all these health institutions. So, it is surprising that when this card was produced before NEIGRIHMS, they did not accept it and deny of its relevance. I had written to the chairman of the Blood Transfusion Council, who then Additional Chief Secretary Health in charge, but then no response came. Till now, we are still suffering, and NEIGRIHMS is still showing its adamance of not accepting the cards that are being issued by the state government. I find, sir, this is really embarrassing for the state government. When we are talking of saving a life of a valuable citizen, and we have gone through the regulations put in by the state government and also adhered to the norms of blood transfusion, when this card was produced before the NEIGRIHMS, why didn't they accept it? Why didn't they accept it? This kind of system really frustrates the citizens. They have been pushed from corner to post, and we know that they will be pushed to the black market of blood transfusion, where they have to pay 3,000, 4,000 rupees. So, sir, in this kind of a tussle, if we see that the regulations of the state government do not apply, we have also seen that even in terms of employment, in terms of seats that are allotted in NEIGRIHMS, the state government has no control. Not only in this particular central government institution, sir, yesterday we have spoken at length for other central government institutions as well. And the government has clearly admitted that such kind of things do not fall under its administrative purview. So therefore, sir, we definitely need to ensure that we do not become a mockery for our own citizens. And we therefore need to bring in new laws and regulations, at the same time streamline the system for the benefit of our citizens. So with these few words, I thank you for giving me time and opportunity to present my points, sir.